Yeah, they see me on top and they get mad cause they can't top me. Got me running up the skull when they even matter cause they can't stop me. Yeah, they see them trying to watch me and they trying to copy and it's looking sloppy. Yeah, we about to get it poppin', talking non-stop, can I get a copy? Yeah, you see me on top and they getting mad cause they can't top me. Got me running up the skull when they... Make money, make money, make money, then you take money, take money, take money.
Hello and welcome back to KSB TV YouTube channel. I'm your host, Black Hexican. First off, let me say what's up to the chat. Give you guys an opportunity to like, subscribe if you're not already, and possibly go out and share out that stream. I got a good guest for us today, so let's try to get this chat lit up for him. Let's say what's up to Crypto Military Vet. Welcome all. And my boy, Freddie Quotes. Always good to see you. Let's go. So if you guys are new to my show, then you know that I try to be a resource for new people coming into crypto. But anybody can gain from the conversations that I have. I bring on guests that have a wealth of knowledge in a bunch of different areas. Although myself, I'm a Hexican, so you'll hear me often say that the majority of my portfolio is held in HEX. That doesn't mean that we can't learn from all different crypto influencers and content creators in the space. So today, the content creator that I have, I reached out to him because I just have a lot of respect for anybody that's out there making content in multiple languages. I feel like that is going to be the way that takes crypto adoption to the next level. So I've known for a while that he does streaming in both Spanish and English. And then today I found out that he also is streaming in Dutch. So we are talking about a dude that has a wealth of knowledge and is really a super resource to the cryptocurrency space. So I'm not going to hold him in the back any longer. Let's go ahead and welcome Crypto Profeta to the show. How you doing?
Miss the claps. Shout out.
I definitely need some claps. Let me see what I can
do. Let's go. Let's go.
I love it. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. I'm doing blessed. Nice to be here. And thanks for the opportunity, to be here in this space and share my knowledge with everyone watching this video today. And of course, we are here to share knowledge, to learn, and to go to the moon. Let's say go to the moon, when Lambo, so brings a lot of memory, 2021, so.
Yeah, people always say that, oh, I believe in this project. I'm going to hodl. But at the end of the day, we're all here for the gain. So whether you're going to hodl one coin or look at a bunch of different coins, we all just want to take off mission to the moon. So let's see how we can accomplish that. For the people here in my audience that aren't familiar with you and your crypto story, tell us just a little bit about your history, your first crypto buy, or what got you into this space.
So first of all, I came to know crypto back in 2011. I'm still an IT guy, so I was fixing computers and stuff like that. And one of the main things that got my attention was making money online. So I was crazy about making money online. I wanted to make money online, and I started back in 2009. But I started doing forex and stuff. Trading back and forth, and then I was like, went to some forums, and they were talking about downloaded Black Hat package and zip and stuff like that. And I was like, I really want to know how you can make money online, right? So I was like searching for people to help me, to give me some knowledge. I wanted to learn so bad that I came in contact with a guy, and he was like, okay, do you want me? I can teach you, but you need to at least give me something, but you can pay me in Bitcoin. I was like, what is that? so that wasn't 2011, right? So I told the guy, though, I can pay you by PayPal, so I don't know what it is. So just I'm gonna pay you in PayPal, and then we can start the lecture and stuff like that. And then I just forgot about Bitcoin. Right, that's 2011. So I forgot about it, and then way back, and then go back to 2014. I start going back into the forums, and I start doing some research, and then I found out this thing just pop back again. Like Bitcoin, I was like, okay, now I really need to go research this, right? Because it doesn't come like, like first time and then the second time again. So
Mhm.
now I'm like, okay, something went open in my mind. I was like, okay, let me go do some research. I start reading the whole white paper, the whole manifesto, and I was like, I fell in love with it, right? So what I did was, I went back to the deep web because in Holland was very difficult to buy it. So I went to the deep web, doing some research, and then I found MTGOX. So I went to MTGOX, and then there I was also doing some trading cards. So trading cards for different stuff. So then I was like, okay, let me I can buy Bitcoin here. So I just do my PayPal, send some money, and I got my Bitcoin. So back then I got 50 Bitcoins from the whole purchase. And approximately, I think it was around August or something like that. I forgot about it. I didn't even watch charts. I didn't even watch the charts. I just forgot about the charts. Right? It wasn't even relevant. It was just relevant for me to have the coin and I could trade with it. Right? So I was like, okay, now I can go. And I was like, I forgot about it. And then receive a message. Friends start talking, yeah, Medgods got hacked, blah, blah, blah. I was like, what? Impossible. I cannot go into the website. So I start crying and everything. I lost my 50 Bitcoins. Since then, I got depressed, fatter and fatter and fatter, gained a lot of weight, start eating. And then I was like, no, but wait, this means something. I went back to the white paper and I read it again. And I was like, this means something. So let me start back again. So now I was like, okay, what can I do to get those Bitcoin back? So for those people who doesn't know, there's a website called Bitcoin Local. And on Bitcoin Local, you could go to people personally and sell your Bitcoin. So it was a website when you can trade your Bitcoin and P2P to person. And then I started doing arbitrage. I was going, I went to the website and I was go to filter and I click on filter and then it will give me the person that was selling their Bitcoin for less price. I will go there, buy it, and then reverse the filter to high and low. And then I went to sell that Bitcoin to those people that were buying it for
Higher
some amount
price.
of time, amount of money. So I start doing that back and forth. This arbitrage, it was very dangerous, of course, because you have to go in public and then you don't know the person. But back then, I have to say the mentality behind Bitcoin was more pure than now.
Mm.
I'm telling you, there was no like hating and stuff like that. Everybody was just exciting of having something that the bank couldn't take it away from you. So that made me fell in love with Bitcoin. Then came Ethereum and Litecoin, all the kind of stuff. And I start going after those tokens and after the project because I start understanding the reason and the utility all this crypto has, right? And then I fell in love. I came back in 2018, 17, ICO booming. Everybody know about the ICO booming in 2017, XRP, and a lot of tokens, Raven token, and you can name all of them. And uh, saw the BitConnect, but I had a big suspicion about BitConnect, right? So I was like, nah, pass. It was a lot of pressure. Everybody was talking about it, and I was like, no, I need to research it because this it sounds very fishy, right? So I was like, okay, I was watching it, and then I had this gut feeling in me. Every time I get this gut feeling in me that something is gonna go wrong, I was like right away, I'm out of it, right? So then we start hearing people say that they got scammed. The Bitcoin net price went down. It was very big. So I have all this history in a vault, right? And every time I start seeing the same thing come again, I'm just going back to the history
Mhm.
and start dialing down stuff. And this bring me back those memory of back then. So 2019, I discovered Hex December.
Mhm.
It was pre-launch, something like that. And I was like, okay, I win. I was watching Trevon on YouTube. I was following him, and he was talking about Hex. I was like, okay, Hex, this is that. Okay, they went to do my research. I didn't have knowledge back then about contracts, so
Mhm.
and it was very difficult for me to understand it because remember I speak Dutch, Spanish, and I stopped speaking English 5 years, more than 5 years ago.
Mhm.
So I forgot about my English. Is now I have to translate everything back to Spanish so I can understand it, and it took me approximately like 2 to 3 months to understand it perfectly, right? But I had this gut. I was like, okay, I'm gonna buy this, right? So I started listening to Richard Hart, and then from there on, 2019, I bought Hex, and I also had a video on my Twitter. I always pin it. I'm gonna put it back, and that when I shared to people so people can see how I turned $25 into 25K with Hex.
Wow.
So
Wow.
and I was like very amazed, right? Because I already had some success with Litecoin and different Ravencoin and PundiX and a lot of different type of tokens, right? So, but for me, it was more amazing that I came in and then in the same period of time with Shiba token also and different type of tokens, I had my success. And I was like, but wait, I have to do something to give that back to people. I can start teaching people how to do this also, right? And
Mhm.
without paying people don't have to pay me. I was like going out there teaching people how to do crypto, how to learn the cycle, how to understand the emotional aspect of crypto, not to be attached to the emotional phase of it, how to invest properly, how to risk management, and all these kind of stuff. And I'm still doing it, but I mean, like back then it was very difficult because you had a lot of hate, to Hex. It was crazy. I remember going back to Reddit. Back then we didn't have not even have Telegram. People don't know what we went through, right? So it's like going back to Reddit and then writing and see all the comments. You couldn't go to the Bitcoin Bitcoin org forum.
Mhm.
We got a lot of hate there also. So it was very difficult, but it makes me stronger, right? And then it's the same reason why I go with the same mentality in different tokens. Understand the community, understand how it works, understand the risk management there is, right? And always not be too emotional attached to it, because
Yeah.
then when you are too emotional attached to it, things start going south very fast.
Mhm.
So that's my small story, but as you
Yeah.
can see.
Yeah. It's a good one. I didn't realize how long you have been in the space. So you have, a ton of experience of going through these bear markets and then bulls, and understanding how much emotional, trial or turmoil
Hmm.
it can be going through these cycles. We see it, I think, highlighted on Twitter, when it's constant like attacks and stuff on a personal level to people. Whereas when we were at the high at 50 cents, it was just all love and
Yeah,
light and
exactly. And then it gets very hot, right and left, and everybody is hating, everybody is emotional. They are talking, but that's the main reason, the main point when people need to understand that whales take advantage of the fear.
Mhm.
And if you don't think like a whale, if you don't think like an investor, you're gonna get eat very fast.
Yeah.
And this is one of the main thing that people need to understand within crypto. So that's
Yeah.
how I see it. That's how I see it. That's my experience because I've been through three cycles already. So for me, I understand the ups and downs. So if I'm in one token and other ones, that's why I diversify my portfolio.
Mhm.
I keep it diversified. Why? Because I understand how the market move. I understand how the liquidity move. And when you
Mhm.
start understanding the basics things of understanding how the phase of crypto work, the cycle of crypto, and understanding the fundamental, it will get much easier for you, and you don't get attached to it, right? Emotional attached to it.
Yeah. Let's talk a little bit more about that gut feeling that you have, right? Because, of course, you have feelings that, like, oh, I think this is going to be good. I think this is going to be bad. But at the end of the day, I feel like it comes down to some principles that you've learned, some things that you look for in the token, whether it's in the community, the founder, the build, the tokenomics. So let's talk about, those areas. How do you evaluate coins when you decide whether or not you're going to put your money towards it?
So first of all, people have to have something in mind, and they have to be very clear with something. And that is that a lot of people, they come in crypto with the mindset of they want to make money fast. And that's the first mistake you can make, because investing in crypto, it can be very risky and also very volatile, right? And there are rules you need to follow. So it's not like a lot. I have a saying that someone invests $100, but they're already looking for the color of the Lambo, right? So
Mhm.
they are picking already what car they want to buy, right? Because they come in with this mentality, and then when they get confronted by the reality of it, then they get emotional,
Mhm.
right? Because they don't understand how it works. So first thing for me, and this is how I teach people, do your own research. And how do you do your own research before you invest in any crypto? um, the most important thing is understanding to start going to check the technology, understanding the technology, how the technology work, what is the main reason behind the token, what is the utility behind it, right? Because a lot of people doesn't understand the utility, right?
Mhm.
So in crypto we have different projects and they have different utility. If you go to Aave, it's a lending protocol, right? You go to Uniswap, it's a DEX, decentralized exchange, right? So you go to HEX, it's a certificate of deposit. So you go to let's say OpenSea, it's a marketplace. Blur is a marketplace, right? So every project has their own utility. So
Mhm.
understanding the utility behind the token or behind the crypto makes you understand it and feel more secure about your position in the project, right?
Right.
And
Mhm.
after you do that, you will go into what I call the community, understanding the community. What are the principle behind the community, right? What do they stand for, right? Do they have a first principle of crypto? Not your key, not your crypto. For example, that's a principle, right? And for me, I have a whole list that I wrote down on Twitter. For example, good community, is the liquidity locked? For example,
Mhm.
ownership, is the ownership renounced? Yes, is the team KYC? Did they do audits? Is the contract immutable?
Mhm.
So those are the things that I look for into a crypto. And when they filled up my how you call it in English, my
Checklist.
request, I will be like, okay, now I'm more confident into it. Of course, we have risk. We always have risk. Like meme coins was a very big risk. But if you are early investor, you have low risk and high reward. That's also one thing that people need to understand. Being early in projects, right? Okay, how can I identify what is early? Okay, identify what is early, 500 to 25K holders. How you can see that? You go to Etherscan, you take the contract from CoinMarketCap, you put it in Etherscan, you can put it there and it will tell you all about the liquidity. It can tell you about how much the supply is, how much holder they have. If you can read the contract, everything is in Etherscan. So for me, those are the requirements that I need to understand those type of projects, and that's how I picked, like for example, Hex. That's how I picked Shiba. That's how I picked Kishu Inu, Apollo X. A lot of tokens. I do my
Mhm.
due diligence, right? It takes time to understand. It takes time to learn. It's not like from today and tomorrow you know everything. It takes time to understand the project, right? Because for us in the beginning, for Hex was very difficult to understand it because we didn't have a lot of streamers that talks like crypto coffee that goes in depth, you know.
Mhm.
So it was very difficult for us to understand Hex, and we made a lot of mistakes. I'm telling you, I made a
Yeah.
bunch of mistakes. I lost a lot of Hex, I mean, like
Yeah.
a lot, you know.
Weird streaming
So
ladders. I've heard so many stories about weird ladders.
yeah,
You know.
I still have my letters. I'm like, left for example, today I on stake one Hex that I did. I did a bunch 12 months of 1,500 stakes,
Yeah.
and then after that 5K of Hex like every month. That was the craziest thing I did. But now I have to suffer the consequences. Every time I
Mm.
want to unstake, I have to pay the gas fee, right? So
Yeah.
but we didn't have that back then. You understand me?
Yeah.
So now we are those people that can bring this experience back to people so they don't have to make the mistake, right? They have just to follow the step and do their own research, but always ask. We didn't have time to ask people. Telegram was not even hot back then,
Yeah.
right? So that's the main thing. How I do my pick, and how I evaluate a crypto by putting all these requirements, and I will put it on Twitter so you guys can go and check it, right? And I have a whole Excel spreadsheet that I have with requirement. When you go find a token, just put it in and then go through the requirement and make it easier for you, right? Because I know there are a lot of type of investors, and that's also one thing I wanted to talk about. There are three type of investor. One investor that go long term, right?
Hmm.
That means that he doesn't have time to look at charts. He doesn't have time. He's maybe with his family. He has a nine to five job, right? And a lot of stuff around him. But then you have the second one is the mid-term investor. The mid-term investor is me. I'm a mid-term and long-term investor, right?
Hmm.
So what I do is in my midterm, I create a strategy for my long-term investment, right? Because I have my trading background. So I come from the trading background. So what I do is I also educate myself on trading. So now I'm trading, but my goal is Hex. My goal are cryptos that I can see on long term, right? So, but not everyone has the same investment mentality, right? So
Yeah.
not everyone has the same idea of investment. So then you have the short term. This one is going in, out, doing trading and stuff like that. And that one I can advise people to see, okay, that one you can do it on the bull market, because I mean, like, everything pumps on the bull market, on the bull market. You can go and be like, put $5 and make 1K with it, easy, on the bull market, right? So, but it's very risky, right?
Yeah.
But you have these short-term traders. So now, as a crypto holder or crypto investor, you have to identify yourself in what scale you are, right? And also, because you have also a lot of people that trying to how can I say it in a way doesn't sound crazy. They have a life and they want you to have the same life as they have.
Okay.
You understand me? So it's more like they want you to be in their shoes. What they
Hmm.
are doing, you have to do what they are doing.
Right.
But all of us have a goal in life, and we can make our own decision. and
Mm-hmm.
say, okay, you know what? I'm a long-term guy. I'm not gonna bother the midterm guy. If you want to be midterm, let it be midterm because that's his strategy. If I want to be long term, or short term, you can choose, right?
Mm-hmm.
But don't go bother people. Like, I'm long term and you are short term. You
Yeah. Yeah,
because
a lot of people like to say, you're wrong, you trade, you do this, you do that. But like you say, at the end of the day, we all have such different personalities and such different timetables, right? For somebody, they might not see their life expectancy going 15 plus years. So the idea of doing all five stakes is just
don't
like,
start, don't start, don't start
why
with
would
the
I even do
five,
that?
five thing.
But I do want to talk a little bit more about Hex before we move on, because you made a comment that I want to touch on. You said you look for projects in their early stages, right? Because it has the most growth potential. So how do you evaluate Hex right now, right? Because I wouldn't say that we're still in the launch phase, but from my perspective, you have people that are committed to this project for at least 15 years. So to me, we are still in a very early age of this crypto. What do you think?
I have a theory. Everything
Yeah.
was below zero is early. I always
Okay.
say it. Always say it. Everything that's below 0.1, 0.2, 0.01, 0.0000 are early
Hmm.
stages, right?
Yeah.
Because there's the moment that a lot of people doesn't know about the projects, right?
Hmm.
So people are like this. You have to tell them about it. They want to see the proof of it. If they don't see the proof, they don't believe in it. So, but I learned in the scripture that I have to believe before I see.
Yeah.
So my mindset is all the other way around, right? So for a lot of people, it's difficult to believe in something when they don't see the actual result of it, right?
Hmm.
So, but in this case, you need to understand those people that always win, all those to always go in the project before it get big.
Hmm.
And of course, it's very sad for people that come and like buy on top, but at least in Hex, you can stake it and get some t-shirt. So it's a win-win situation. Even though people don't understand this, they don't want to understand it, but the time will come when they start appreciating and understanding how this works, right? So, but yeah, for me it's very easy. Why? Because I spend a lot of time in it. So being early investor, and this goes also for the venture capital, they also go first in projects, right? Even though they know maybe the project will not succeed, maybe the project can fail, right? But they already going early in it. Like we have a lot of people going early on Postchain and PostX, right?
Yeah.
We are believing without seeing.
Yeah.
But
Faith.
now we have a result of Hex. Now we can go back and say, okay, Hex did this. So we have an example, we have a picture, and now we can go and say, you know what? We can expect the same thing. Even though he said don't have expectation, but sometimes you need to tell people to have expectation, right? Because life is like that. You need to have some expectation, right? You
Yeah.
need to know when you can, buy yourself a house because you live in a house that is broken. You need to have some expectation in life. Having expectation is not wrong. Having expectation is giving you the opportunity to build on into a future, right?
Hmm.
So yeah, so Hex is very early. Everything below zero and below one, you know,
The low dollar.
below $1, you are still early, right? Because people look, the crypto world is so crazy that even people are buying Bitcoin at 32, right?
Hmm.
Even though I know that Bitcoin is gonna go to 200K in the next bull market, it's easy, right?
Yeah.
So, but for me, I have this theory in my head, and it's like why. And I'm not against Bitcoin. right? It's not because I sold, I lost my Bitcoin. Now I have hate because, no, it's nothing. It's nothing about that, But for me, if I take that 23K and I spread it in 100 tokens with a
Mm-hmm.
market cap, or let's say below 1 cent or $1 to $2, right? I can spread and diversify my portfolio. What do I get? I can get more money, right? And get much faster to 100K than waiting for Bitcoin to go to 100K.
Yeah. Yeah. And you're not just relying on that one coin because, we can
Exactly.
believe that Bitcoin is going to go wherever, but at the end of the day, we don't know. And it just seems as if you're spread out a little more, then instead of just, hoping like hopium on one coin, you kind of have multiple options. But let's get into that a bit more because I know just from following you on Twitter that you preach more of a diversified portfolio as opposed to the maxi mindset, right? I'm just gonna hold this one coin and see where it goes. Do you have any strategies or any like how do you decide how large you're gonna go into one coin or over another? Is it like I don't ever go more than 2 or 5% of my portfolio into any one project, or how do you determine it that way?
So I will break it down how I start so people can have an idea. Back in 2019, when I started, I was still working at um, I was working at Uber, and I was working in the Japanese embassy, right?
Mm,
So I had two jobs. So I was getting paid every month, and what I was doing was I was taking $100, right? $100, not more, not less, $100, and I will go to CoinMarketCap and search for the top 2,000, or not, back then was like 1,300 token. I will go do the research on those tokens and search for token under 2 3 cents, right? Because my capability was around that amount, because I lost a lot of money, right? But I didn't give up. I didn't
yeah,
give up. I could have give up and say, you know what, I'm gonna stop crypto. I'm not gonna do this anymore. I didn't give up. I start buying $100 a month, and then I start doing Uber, and I was taking the money of Uber and I was buying more crypto,
yeah,
right? So now I was doing like, okay, if I had $100, then I went from 100 to $200 a month. So now I have like a percentage, about 2% of my money that I was making, right? And then I came back. I was like, okay, you know what? I can go much more because now I'm earning more money. So I was making about 3K, 4K a month. So now I was like, okay, now I can go big. I gotta go not even 10%. I'm going 20% in, right? Half of my salary. I was like, boom, crypto, buying Hex, buying a lot of token left and right, made my whole portfolio. And yeah, so it's my strategy is very easy for some people that doesn't have a lot of money. Start piece by piece, start little
hmm
by little,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
You can go like 10%, you can go 2%, you can go 3% of your portfolio.
hmm
You don't have to go sell your house, you don't have to sell your dogs, sell your car, right? It's not necessary. The main thing of a lot of people that invest in crypto is that they want to make that money fast. So they have their mindset, I'm going to sell everything because I hope. They are hoping, but they don't know, because
yeah,
they are not educated in how the crypto cycle work. And then they get wrecked right and left,
all
and then
right,
they left crypto.
hmm
So 10%, it depends on how much money you have, right? Let's take an example. If I have $1,000, right, and I can lose that $1,000, because crypto for me is like lost money. Really, really. I see it like that. I see it like lost money. So what
Yeah.
I do is like I take 1,000, I spread it between um let's say 5 crypto or
Okay.
10 crypto or 20 cryptos.
Okay.
Easy. You don't have to go a lot because you can make that money back very fast in a bull
Mm.
market. Or let's say after the halving of Bitcoin. Let's make it clear for a lot of people because it takes a lot of time to make a lot of money within between the bottom and before the halving. I'm telling
Yeah.
you,
Yeah. And
it
I think
takes a lot of time.
that's more so where I was looking at as far as like how much you put into a new project, right? So like you were saying, if you have $1,000 you're coming in, you already have a portfolio with Hex and with all these different coins in it. So now you're looking at grabbing a new coin. Are you throwing that whole, $1,000 at one coin? Like how much,
Never,
are
never.
you
I never do that. I
small
cannot do it. Yeah, it's a small
amount?
amount. Like for example, I will take for example top 10. I will go through
Yeah. Hmm.
every chain. I will go through them, and I will go find the top dexes, the top lending protocol, the top layer 2 solutions. I will
Hmm.
go to different crypto, like you have Gelato is like a automated smart contract, right? I can go to leverage trading platforms, right? Um I will go to networks, very important networks, and I will go through all of them and I will go find and search because people need to understand when you are buying into a network, a blockchain, like for let's take example Pulse chain, people need Pulse chain to do some transaction, right?
Yeah.
So for me as an investor, what do I go for? I'm going for that Pulse chain because a lot of people need to buy it so they can do the transaction. So I will
Hmm.
go onto all those network, those
Yeah.
blockchain, and I will start buying up. That's what I did with Polygon Medic. The
Hmm.
same thing. I bought $1,000 of Polygon because I had the money now because I received the airdrop of Uniswap, right?
Hmm.
So I took the money of Uniswap, and I have a course coming up about airdrops. So prepare you guys for it. I got the money of the airdrop. I split it in 25%. I went and buy Polygon, the money of the network, right? Medic,
Hmm.
and then went into Medic and then start buying token, for example, like Ave, no Ave, no, I mean like Sushi Swap. They were using also Sushi Swap, different type of tokens on the Polygon network, right?
Hmm.
So I was already growing my bag on this network. Phantom, I went to Phantom also. Do the same strategy that I did on Ether, did it on all the chains. Buy up Ether, going to different protocols, buying up the DEXs. And as you can see on Polygon, QuickSwap did, I think, more than 2,000 X's.
Wow.
Went to
Yeah.
$199, something like that, from 2 cents or something. So I mean, like diversify your portfolio in different network, and it will help you also to understand each and out of them. All of those network will help you so you can onboard more people into crypto, right?
Hmm.
So I never go all in. I always diversify because I know people are gonna use those protocols. People are gonna use those network. People are gonna use those dexes. So what I'm doing is I'm buying things that people are they need to
Yeah.
use.
Things with high utility.
Exactly. So
Hmm.
now you are secure because you know that people are going to do transaction on those protocols, right? Because they need it. So now I have my mindset. I'm very secure now because I know, okay, people are going to use QuickSwap. So I'm going to buy up some QuickSwap, right?
Yeah.
Add liquidity and then provide liquidity. So now I'm a market maker also in the game, right? So and
Yep.
then you go lending, people come and borrow from you, right? So and then you say, but wait, I don't have to go borrow off lending. I just buy the token, right? And then provide liquidity. So
Hmm.
now I'm buying something that has utility and everyone that comes in are going to use that protocol, right? So yeah, Hex. We are waiting for. We have already Hex, but Pulse Chain. Now we have Pulse Chain, Pulse X, for example. People are gonna use the DEX, right, to do the
Mm,
transaction. But I am here. I already sacrificed for Pulse X, right? So now people have to come and buy up my bag.
mhm.
As simple as it is. So it's
Yeah.
crypto is not difficult. You just need to sit down and understand how it works, how you can diversify your portfolio, and not always put all your egg in one basket, right?
Mhm.
Because you, I always say you are not secure in in this crypto scene. Nobody is secure. Everything can happen, right? I always keep that in mind. Everything can happen in crypto. People can say, no, my project is the securest one on the whole entire system, global terrestrial world. And even though we saw it with Celsius,
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
saw it with FTX. you, you see what I'm talking about? So everything that can be touched by human can be changed.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
So hearing your philosophy on just a diversified portfolio, I see um, why it is that we see you post and talk about Zen and that ecosystem, because it is, Jack is working on a new chain with X1, and it is just a new level of DeFi, right? And likely it goes by the principles that you look for as far as the immutable code and all that. So let's talk about your opinions on the Zen project a little bit. Like what you think about that coin and where you see it going.
so first of all, for me, this is my opinion, right?
Hmm.
Um, like I said before, I know in which project I'm going for long term and
Hmm.
in which project I go for mid term or short term, right? So that's my first thing I need to know. So I'm going in. What are your goal, right? My goal
Yeah.
is to make money in 2025, right? I want to make this amount. So okay, now I know I'm just minting for 2025, right? Or I'm staking for 2025. So
Hmm.
this is my vision. For me, I already have a goal in mind, and I already set up my goal. I know already that the early adoption amplifier and the um, reward amplifier is playing a whole big game in Zen. So
Hmm.
now for me, it's like, okay, am I ready to wait 8 years on this project? So that's why I
Right.
have diversified my portfolio, right? So I'm not crazy. I understand the mathematics and I understand the how the infrastructure is working, right? So for me, I'm like, okay, I can wait 8 years. It doesn't matter. So I'm in crypto for almost 8 years, right?
Yeah.
So how do Warren Buffett make a lot of money? And this is what people do by being patient.
Mm.
Being patient is the key of being successful in finance, right? And this
Yeah.
is what people doesn't understand, right? Because the price is not going, it's not going up. I know it, but I know in 8 years it will go up eventually. And I understand by my observation of the market of 2018, 17, and 2020, 2021 that people don't care about chart. They just buy that thing up and then they don't care about it.
Yeah. They buy
New
green
money
cap.
comes in. Yeah, money comes in. New money is coming in. New guys are coming up, 18 years old. They have credit card now. What do you think they're going to do? They don't care. They're just going to buy everything they have. They're going to buy because they think they can make a couple of million on it, right? So for me, my opinion is that I already established my goal on the crypto, right? And nobody is gonna move me from it because I established my goal. It's the same thing. People say I want to be rich, but for what do you want to be rich if you don't have a goal?
Yeah.
I want to be rich, but I don't have a goal. For what? Right? Are you going to help someone? Are you going to help people? You're gonna give food to kids? What is the reason? Why? So for me, waiting 8 years, but I know for sure that in the next bull market, the price will skyrocket. Why? because I understand the mathematics behind it. I did my research. So that's for me, my opinion, right? It's my opinion. It's my opinion. Do your own research. I'm not your financial advisor. Yeah.
Gotta
I'm
say
not,
it.
I'm not
Gotta
your
say
financial advisor, so don't be like, yeah, he told me to buy it. No, no, no. No, seriously, we have to take in consideration stuff. For me, 8 years is nothing because I have the patience to wait for it. Right? For me, I always understood that patience is the key of a successful person. Right? Am I ready to wait 8 years? Yes, of course I'm ready. If I'm ready to wait, what, 5555? Tell me,
it.
what is 8 years?
You got a very good
listen,
point.
listen. I'm already 50 years, so let's take it. So why 8 years? So it's nothing. So I'm talking about two bull run, right? Two cycles. The
Do you
cycle
really
is
think
coming.
that it's gonna take 8 years before we see some change in the chart for Zen?
Nah, nah. Why? Because we already hit that equilibrium, right? Of price discovery. We already hit it. So now it's not you're not making money if you go mint for 25 days. You're not making
Mhm.
money. You're not making money if you go mint for 100 days, right?
Mm.
So now that equilibrium is starting to touch the bottom, right? And now
Mm.
we have the Bitcoin. He was talking about it today, how they wanna trying to adopt, bring Bitcoin so people can trade as their NFTs for Zen and stuff like that. So this is giving more utility to the token, right?
Yeah.
So we have different type of protocols that are coming in, right, just to burn. But listen to this: people that were not in the bull market of 2020, back then people didn't care about supply. People didn't care about supply. They just care about buying the token, right? And the biggest example we have are the meme tokens. So now let's take aside the meme token and put utility in it, right? So what
Yeah.
we are getting a token that has utility and also is trying to bring adoption to the whole crypto system.
Through its narrative.
Exactly. So
Stimulus.
we can learn from these tokens, learn how to do, because the same infrastructure of the NFTs, we knew that the NFT back then were booming in 2020, 2021, right? So they are taking the same infrastructure and building it into a token and give you a financial NFT
Mm.
like Hedron, right? So
Yeah.
let's sit down and relax for a second and understand the metric behind it. And now you will start seeing how the crypto world is evolving, right? So if we go now and say, okay, how much chain are going to launch now in the bull market? Can you name me a couple?
No.
We
No,
have
I don't.
Base,
Mm-hmm.
Optimus Layer 2, we have Arbitrum already running, we have Fire Chain, we have
So many
Evmos, we have more than 35 chains are coming up.
coming soon. Wow.
Yeah.
I
Why?
couldn't name more than Post Chain and X1.
Exactly. So imagine yourself, but what is the reason? What is the reason? So people have to ask themselves why are we are seeing a lot of chain being created?
Hmm.
Because, and this is the answer. The answer is, back in 2020, 2021, we didn't have the capability to onboard more than a billion people.
Mm.
So now we need to create more chains so we can bring the massive adoption into crypto. And how are we going to do that? It's very easy, by creating chains that can bring up that a volume of people in, and we can start seeing the crypto adoption moving forward, into this future of crypto because we are very early. We're talking about
Yeah.
3.9% of the entire world population. 3.9%. What is 3.9%?
Yeah. We are super, super early. And I think that gives us a good segue into my next little segment here. Your energy. The people on stream couldn't see it, but I could see you in the green room getting your jam on.
Getting my
So
groove on.
so this is my truth or dare segment. Just something to keep the energy light and fun and fresh. So you have agreed already to play truth or dare. For any of you viewing that don't know what this segment is, basically we are going to spin a truth dare wheel. From the answer on there, we'll spin another wheel, whether it's truth or dare. If for any reason Crypto Profeta says, "Oh no, that's too truthful," or "No, that dare is is too much for me," then he can opt out by sending a member of our viewing audience $50 in the crypto of his choice, which with his diversified portfolio, who knows what it's going to be. So hopefully we'll get him to
Ooh,
answer his
let's see
there.
who I'm gonna give some position on OKX.
Oh, nice. Oh, nice.
Let's go for
Host
it.
choice. So that means I get to decide. And being that I've yet to see, that's not what I meant to do. Being that I've yet to see someone do the dare, I think today's the day. You
Let's
ready?
go. Let's go. Let's do it.
Let's see what we get.
Woo!
This one requires a hat. Do you have a hat?
I have a hat. Of course, I have one. Wait,
Yeah.
wait a second. Let me go get my hat. How much you want? Wait.
This is what I'm talking about. So I put this one on there because so many we have streamers like Randy and Avid and so many people that always wear a hat on stream. And I was like, I want to just, switch it up. Let me see some personality. Turn that thing around backwards. So when he comes back to us, hopefully we'll get to see him do the rest of the stream in his backwards hat, see what kind of swag he's got.
Bam!
There it is. You gotta turn that bad boy
There
around.
it is.
You gotta turn that bad boy around. Let's see you swag it out. There it is.
There it is. Let's go.
Very nice. I was hoping you was gonna bring some kind of
Oh
post
no,
chain.
wait a second. That one I have it, in a box, so it's on a wall. So I cannot take that one down. That's my sanctuary,
Well, you gotta have one. If you don't have one of these in your collection, then you
Hey, I
are
have that one t-shirt, everything.
nice. That's awesome. So typically after my truth or dare, I close with my final question. And like we always say, this is not financial advice. This is more speaking from personal perspective, right? So let's say that you yourself are new to crypto, but you still have all the knowledge that you have acquired over the years, right? And so now that you are starting, maybe you got hacked, you lost your whole portfolio, whatever it is, right now you're making your first new buy into crypto, $200. March 1st it is. What are you buying? How are you going to diversify that $200? Into what coins?
Very, very easy. I'm going into now Hex, because I can stake it, right? I can stake it for a period of time. Let's say I know that for me to get a couple of t-shirts, and let's say I have $100, I'm going for Hex right now at this moment, and my second choice will be Polygon. My third choice will be Optimism, right? So then going into some dexes like pancake swap, right? Trader Joe, and last. So that's $100, right? So that means, so yeah, I will split the $100 in those tokens, right? And
Okay.
just stake them because I know I can get those rewards back, right?
So
So
So let me ask a little bit more about that. Let's say $200 and you decide that you're going to take 50 of that $200 and put that in the hex. We know that staking on Ethereum, by the time you do your swaps, your stake, how much are you really going to have stake? Definitely not a T-share. And then to end stake at the end of the term, depending on how long, would it have been worth it? Or, is it better just to hold liquid hex maybe, or to go into something like a perpetual like Deci, Maxi, Lucky, those kind of options?
yeah, so those options I don't touch at this moment because
Okay.
my budget is very low, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I have to keep myself safe knowing that I only have $200, right? So now
Mm-hmm.
I'm playing with $50. So what I will do is I would not even go in and stake it. I would just hold it because
Mm-hmm.
I know now from understanding the cycle in which part of the cycle we are. We just passed the phase of the dip. Now we are entering the sprint phase, right? So that means that the market is going to rally up and then do the same thing the market did back in 2018, right? And then before COVID, and then we have the halving, and then the market will stop going up, right? So now I'm seeing myself going into like $50 hex, another $50 Polygon, another $50. I will go buy some um Zen on network that didn't launch NFT yet. So now
Hmm.
I have an arbitrage opportunity on
Mm-hmm.
making more money, right? For example, if I go on OKX and I buy $100 of Zen on OKX, I'm getting approximately about 100 billion token. So now, if they decide to, or they are going to do it, right? So they are going to launch NFTs on the OKX. I'm front running already the system, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm waiting for people to come in because they want to buy it because they want to get the NFTs. So now I have the opportunity to sell a 25% of that investment, and like I did on Medic, I make my investment back,
Yeah.
right? So now I have that money to go to Phantom, and that same
Mm-hmm.
money do the same thing, right? Invest. People come in, they buy because they want to buy they want to mint the NFT. Boom! I take the money, go to that avalanche, and then keep on going from chain to diversify my portfolio and also make a gain. So what I'm doing is I'm taking that and then inverting right away into some staking, some minting, right? So I'm not like throwing the money away. I'm just minting it right away. And then going back to different project like I'm going into Medic. I have Optimism, stake my Optimism, right? So this is what I'm doing right now on
Yeah.
the level of money that I have, right? But if I started with 200, that will be the thing that I will be doing, right?
Mm-hmm.
The
All right.
same strategy. I will just take my 200, start doing the same thing, buy a hold. And people doesn't know this, but while people were buying Hex on Ethereum, I was buying on Polygon.
Mm.
The same thing.
Yeah.
Wait until
How's it going
Friday,
over
wait until Saturday, and then bridge it over to the Ethereum and stake it. And
there? Mm.
I was buying since 0.17 because I call it 1 cent. So
And how's it going over there now? What's
it's the same. It's the same thing. You just get it for much cheaper price.
really?
Yeah. I would just buy it there, buy it, accumulate, target, limit order, because now QuickSwap has limit order on the new decks they put. So now it's much easier for people to do limit order on or one side liquid on Hex on Polygon, and then bridge it over and stake it.
Mm.
So
We
while
have a
people were going
question.
crazy on buying it on Ethereum, I was just buying it on Polygon. Same thing, same price, right? It doesn't vary from price.
Okay. So we got a question here from the chat. JB would like to know if you are going equal on Pulse or PulseX, or if you're going 60/40, 70/30. And I guess some of that speaks to, how you did in the sacrifice, but I guess moving forward after you receive your coins back, what is your portfolio split going to look like?
I have like 10, 10, 90. So what that mean is, can I take my hat off? It's hurting my front face, my big forehead. So what I'm doing is, I came up with this strategy. I made a video, and I'm gonna make one for Pulse Chain, for my English channel, but I made one on the Spanish channel, and I was talking about how I sold my Pulse, not all of them, like 10%, 20% of it, take that USDC, the stable coin, and provide liquidity, right? And I was like, okay, for instance, if people that approximately about 100, or it was more than 130 people, 130,000 people that sacrificed for Pulse X, right? And we had like 60,000, 70,000 for Pulse Chain. So
Yeah.
those people want to buy Pulse Chain, or they need to buy more Hex, or they need to sacrifice or sell their Pulse X for Pulse Chain. So I was sitting down and calculate, okay, so that means that approximately 80% of people that bought a sacrifice for Pulse Chain, we need to buy, sorry, sacrifice for Pulse X need to buy Pulse Chain. So I'm going to provide liquidity, right? Take right away from the same first day, trying to pick the APR they are giving about. It always will be like this. The beginning of a DEX, you will see tokens will go up in APRs, 2,000, 1,600, 1,300, right? What you want to do is you want to grab those APR in the first beginning of it, because those APR will start going down. They'll start declining. And so now you're getting your strategy, you're building up a portfolio. Now you don't have to sell your Pulse Chain anymore, because you already sold it just to provide liquidity. Now you're playing with that money. So now, for example, let's say 6 months later, right? You're sitting there and you'll be like, oh, now I can go and take my liquidity. Now you have money to go in different projects, right? Or you can just leave it there, right? You already provide liquidity. That will be your saving account. I take it as saving account. I will take my providing liquidity as saving account for, let's say, I want to retire when I'm 40, right? I'll be like, okay, I keep that providing liquidity until I'm 40. Now, I don't even have to worry myself anymore, because I provide liquidity. And I was like, okay, I can provide liquidity, PulseX, Pulse Chain, stablecoin, Pulse X. I don't know what stablecoin will be having on that Pulse Chain ecosystem, but let's say I will take
The
uh
liquid loans one.
we hope
Yeah.
that stablecoin, pair it to all the tokens that will be on that chain. Why? Because people are skeptic, not like they're a bit skeptical, but they like to play with fire. So I will be the market maker to provide you that liquidity so you can go play, right? While you are playing, selling, I'm making money on those fees, right? And I can go back, take a loan on liquid loan, or the other one, I don't know the name,
Power City.
Power City, go there, take a loan, come back, provide liquidity. Yeah, provide liquidity on the same DEX and keep on making that money. Right. So, I'm about, hustling, making money, but you need to be smart in this game. Right. So for people, that will be mine. So it will be approximately like 30, 70 something, because I went big on the Pulse Chain. Really. Then
Yeah.
when I hear people say, I was like, damn, why did I sacrifice so much? You know, I was like,
You know, a lot of people talk about the dip that we're going to see when Post Chain launches, which, you know, anytime something launches, there's a huge candle up and a huge candle down. But I think the part that doesn't get talked about enough is the difference in the number of how many sacrificers there were for PostX compared to Post Chain. And then you also have to look at how much time it's been since the PostX sacrifice. I mean,
yeah.
we're year plus past the PostX sacrifice, and all this time people have been talking about it, learning about it, and wanting it, right? So just that economic energy of people that miss both opportunities to sacrifice, to me, you know, says
They
that.
still have the opportunity. They still have the opportunity because I always say, for now, we are approximately in total something about, let's say, 100,000, not more than 100,000. Like for Pulse and Pulse Chain and Pulse X, 100,000. That's nothing. If we go to the number, Shiba had 1 million.
Mm,
If we go to different type of we are talking about the top 10 cryptos from the ERC20. We are talking about more than 100K holders.
yeah.
So imagine yourself, right? And for example, we are already, let's say, I tweeted something like I think yesterday, the chart from when Hex launched it, and what my prediction is for the post chain launch. And people will really, you think you're crazy? It's not real. Yeah, because Richard is smart, right? He's gonna take the opportunity of the halving because 150 day, and this is a fact. It's proven. You can go research it. 150 day after the halving, the price always rally. Always.
Yep.
So if we wait until after the halving, so that means April, around April, and then wait like we launch in March of 2024, for example. What do you think is gonna happen? What do you think is gonna happen? I can wait. I told you already. I can wait. I have my patient mode is already on, So it's like my patient mode is already on, and that's what we were talking about in the beginning. People don't have patience, and they want to be successful, and to be successful you have to be patient. That's
Mhm.
how big people in crypto and also in the financial industry make money, by having patience. And people
Yeah.
are they need some zen, they need some zen.
Well, look, I want to be patient, but like you, I also want to retire at 40. So I'm down to about 9 months or so.
And listen, I'm already retired, but I'm like, I don't want to retire. Like I'm like retired from doing job that I hate to do.
Right.
Let me say it like that, right?
Yeah.
I hate working for somebody else. That's why I'm building businesses. I'm helping people. I'm helping people in my own country to develop, to create work, to create programmers. Right. I have this institute called Crypto Harvest Academy. So where we develop children to be developers. Right. So
Mm,
I'm doing that also. Also in Haiti, right? In Haiti, we're also working there. So I'm working everywhere trying to build people to do better in life. So
yes.
I'm retired from doing work that I don't want to do,
Yeah. I
but
got to
I'm
get
not
more
retired.
information. Yeah, I definitely got to get more information about your children's program. That is a big passion of mine, commitment of mine. I worked in elementary and preschool education for 15 years before I went full time in the crypto. Me and my husband, we put together this ABC crypto book
Nice.
intended to provide terms and definitions for either newcomers or
You
children
know
that are
what?
learning the crypto
This is live
system.
stream. This is what I'm gonna do. The books you're gonna print for me, 1,000 books. Yeah,
That's incredible.
and I'm gonna send them all to Dominican Republic and Haiti. But then we have to translate it. That's also one thing. But we're gonna work on it. But I said it already on live stream, so now it's recorded. Okay.
Wow.
So
I mean, I'm literally over here about to cry. This book means so much to me. We homeschool our kids, so it was originally, something that I wanted to do for them, and then we got together and did it all together as a family. I'm trying not to get emotional, but it's hard. It's hard to market it. It's hard to stay, going from this stream to this stream, talking about what you do. So I've kind of let it be in the back burner, but I really, really appreciate your support, and I'm going to do everything I can to support you back in what you're doing to help develop children. So JB, I'm with you. I love this guy too.
that's about it, helping people. That's my main goal in life. I learned to adapt myself to learn to help people because nobody helped me before. So now I have to give back what I learned, right?
Yeah.
So now I'm giving back to people because I understand the main purpose of the reason why I'm on this earth is to help people,
Yeah.
right? So that's why now my kids back at my home country are gonna be happy because now they have something to read. Now they have something to have when they are programming and doing their stuff. So I'm still working on the website and all the kind of stuff, but I'm always there. So yeah, after the
Yeah.
stream, we can keep on talking about it and see how we can manage to do everything so we can start moving mountains.
Absolutely. Let's change the world. So this has been an incredible stream, more than I could have ever asked for. You have so much insight, so much knowledge, and I really, really appreciate your time. I do have one announcement to make. We did a giveaway for the Hex Cruise. I don't know if you heard that we are throwing the Hex Cruise in April, and we teamed up with a group called Post Games to give away a free room on the Hex Cruise. So I do need to announce who won that. But before I do that, if you want to give any last words to the audience, to the viewers, and then I'll announce who won, and then we'll end the stream.
Okay, guys, just go follow me on Twitter, Crypto Profeta 1, and on YouTube also Crypto Profeta AN is in English. And don't forget about never give up on your dreams, never give up on what you start doing. Never ever don't let nobody talk you down. Don't let nobody think you are not able. You are smart, you are beautiful, and you are a person in life. So keep it up. Don't never put your head down. Keep investing and risk management.
Absolutely. So the moment you guys have been waiting for, if you were here to find out who won the Hex Cruise giveaway, we did this little promotional where you could join our Telegram group. You could do all kinds of little challenges like follow the different pages or post videos or tons of different things that you could have done to earn points. To get your point calculated, you needed to post screenshots of each completed task in the Telegram group. So that is what made it easy for me to be able to go back into the Telegram group and count up all the points. I have counted up all the points, and the clear winner is Crypto Dog 93. He was able to accumulate 40 points. In second place was Seek 5555, and in third place was Freddie Quotes. Crypto Dog 93, you have 48 hours. I will be sending you a message on both Telegram and Twitter to get in contact with me so that I can get your name and information for the Hex Cruise. And if for whatever reason we do not hear from Crypto Dog 93, then our runner-up will be Seek 5555. So thank you guys so much for participating in our giveaway. Thank you for joining us here today. Crypto Profeta, thank you. That's all I can say. And I'll talk to you in the green room right after our outro.
Cheers.